Ever since I've started making educational content for Valorant, I've always wanted to be that niche channel that people can go to actually learn the nano mechanics of the game. I'm talking, you'd go to pro guides to learn the general, shooty, stabby, etc. But you'd come to, just Dennis to be able to learn, hey, I've reached the peak of what I think I can learn from these channels. What has this guy got to offer? And I think I've strayed away for that for a while, but it's also time to return. This video is a general and basic concept guide. I know there's dozens of these out there, but you all already know if you've seen my other character guides, that I go very specific and I break down these concepts as much as I can in order to help as many players as possible understand. Now, this guide is directly pointed at Iron players because the concepts in here are already known by most of you. However, I find that reminding yourself of the skeletal structure that Valorant is built upon can often help you get out of your hard stuck elo. So, if you've been playing in Iron in a while and are interested in improving your ranked grind, or if you happen to be hard stuck somewhere, stay tuned for the video. As always, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. Any bit of help for the channel is absolutely amazing. We're slowly growing and I'm so happy to see the subscriber number go up every single day. We're currently at 125. So cringe, but maybe we can hit 200 by the end of this year. That would be absolutely awesome. So with your support, I'm sure we can achieve that. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. First concept is something pretty much everyone knows, but not everyone applies. You will always be more accurate standing still than you will be whilst moving. However, more often than not, if you're pushing around a corner, it's actually good to maintain your full velocity. Valorant is at its core supposed to be a tactical shooter with abilities. It should be noted that standing still provides you with the most accuracy. However, to everyone's annoyance, we all know that there is no 100% accurate gun. The Guardian is 100% accurate when you aim down sights, but the Vandal, the Phantom, and pretty much every other gun in the game suffers from some form of inaccuracy, whether you are aiming down sights or not. Hence, there are certain moments where it might be more beneficial to run around the corner rather than stand still. To pair this concept with something else, it should also be noted that in Valorant especially, due to the RNG mechanics present, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It is often much more beneficial for yourself and your team to absolutely go and take that shot of faith, because trust me, the more times you shoot your gun, the more kills you're going to get. That seems really obvious on paper, but the number of times I've seen people panic and not shoot their gun, being afraid that they will miss the one tap, only to get body sprayed, it is absolutely hilarious. We've all seen it happen, and the best way to fix that is to just constantly shoot as soon as you see someone. Of course, it's a bit more complicated because if your crosshair isn't on them and you start shooting, you will die. A lot of people can feel free to disagree with me on this, but unless you are a pro player, your team comp only matters depending on how the enemy team plays. You could have 5 players playing the exact same agents in the game, but playing 2 completely different games, where one team will stomp and the other team will suck. And the reason for that is that team comps do not matter in solo queue. It's the reason why Reyna's so popular when you play in solo queue, not so much once you get to pro play. It's the same reason why Yoru has found so much success recently. It is because your team comp in solo queue is not dependent on what you pick, but the way the enemy team plays. Does the enemy team have a jet, a chamber, and someone else with a dash? Well, that probably means they're going to be using ops a lot, so if you didn't pick anyone with smokes or flashes, you're kinda shit out of luck. However, if the enemy team is picking jet and chamber and they are not playing with operators, then the necessity for smokes and flashes isn't that great. As well as, so long as everyone is playing their role correctly, by which I mean the sentinels slow down pushes or play post plant by slowing down the enemy take on sight, The entry fraggers take space using their utility like raise satchels or jet dashes. The smokers smoke off choke points, or if you don't have a smokers, the initiators use their utility to allow you to get on site and then push a little deeper to get information about where the enemy is coming from. Then everyone can succeed regardless of whether you have one of every class on your team or not. So more often than not, it's not worth flaming or telling your teammates what to play, because when they are comfortable, they will play a lot better than if they have to play around you. I'm probably gonna eat some shit for this concept, or this idea rather, but if you press tab and you look at your team's performance and notice that you're top fragging every game, that's good. Congratulations, you are officially a good player playing at the peak of your elo. However, if you're only 2 kills ahead of the guy below you, then you might not be just there yet. So if you're stuck in iron and you're blaming your teammates, here's something you should keep in mind. Your teammates' performance to you should only ever matter when you are being carried. Let me explain. If you are bottom fragging and not playing well that day, that means that you are actively negatively impacting the game, unless your utility usage is constantly allowing your team to frag. You should look at your assists if you're bottom fragging, not at your kills. As well as, your team's performance should only matter to you when you are at the bottom, because that's when you will need your teammates to be good. If you are already playing well, wanting good teammates is asking for too much. You are asking for your cake and to eat it too. A lot of the time, in order to win a game, it will fall on your shoulders, because you have to understand you cannot be carried to your elo. You have to improve yourself. What I mean by that is, you cannot have someone who has been consistently playing well all day, every game, up until you reach a point where everyone is good. You understand? Like, if you want to get out of iron, you need to start playing better than iron players. It does not fall down to your teammates to carry you out of iron, and you cannot rely on them. If you're someone who is top fragging than bottom fragging every single game, you will be forever stuck at a 50% win rate. Now, it is true that Riot's game mechanic does allow you to climb at a 50% win rate, but you will climb much faster if you focus on improving yourself and carrying your teammates rather than wanting your teammates to be good at every game. Warming up in Valorant is something commonly talked about because it's done pretty much by almost every single player. However, from personal experience, I can say that warm-ups can often be more demoralizing than playing the game. Especially if you're at the point where you're just getting started. A warm-up can feel very overwhelming, as being in a deathmatch with players of higher skill than you will often not allow you to actually be able to play the game. And as much as you can do warm-up and aim labs to train your muscle memory, aim labs does not use the same engine that Valorant does, and it plays very differently. The Valorant settings in aim labs are just a simulation. They are not the actual Valorant game. They do not use the same in accuracy, and it will very much skew your understanding. If you go and play grid shot and get over 100,000 points but are currently silver in Valorant and are wondering why, it's probably got to do with the crossover. As well as, like I've said, playing deathmatch and team deathmatch is not representative warm-up, sadly. So, quite often, if you feel like you've got good aim and good muscle memory, it might be better to just go straight into comp. Who knows, you might pop off that day and climb a lot better without playing a few deathmatches and going into your comp looking like this guy right here. While everyone is very much aware about the gaming chair buff meme, it should be noted that your posture and your presence in real life can very much impact the way you play the game. Let's not even get started with drugs or alcohol affecting the way you play Valorant, but much rather something simpler, how stiff your body is. If you've had a very stressful day and are being forced by your body to relax, maybe playing Valorant ranked isn't the way to go, because if your muscles aren't limber and your muscles aren't ready to react proactively rather than reactively, by which I mean your subconscious reacts and tells your muscles what to do way before your conscious mind has time, you will find that the game feels deceptively fast in a way where you won't be able to explain why everyone else seems to be reacting at lightning speeds whilst you are constantly being struck without ever being able to see what's going on. This is especially true for players in Iron. It should be noted that because you are at the start of your Valorant career, more often than not, you will see that you don't have equal reaction speeds to better players. This is because your brain hasn't been conditioned to react proactively, and a lot of the time the only way to train this is to play the game more, but also to allow your muscles to be very relaxed when you play. And another thing about being relaxed when you play is that if you have really good gun control and let 2 or 3 players go past you, you should cash in those skills by staying relaxed and ensuring you're hitting your shots. It is not good to spray. Spraying takes way longer once you get very good reaction speeds, and 4 shots to the body with the Vandal and 5 with the Phantom will get you killed above any elo above Diamond, because the other players will be told that someone is behind, they'll turn around and they'll one-tap you. So make sure you constantly work on being patient, calm, and if you spot an enemy, try take a nano breath, something like just quickly calm yourself down before you take your shot, because the calmer you are, the more accurate you will be. And this one is by far the most controversial one yet, but if you are serious about wanting to reach high elo, you should change your mentality that you go play games for. A lot of people will finish a shift, go on and play a few ranked games to bring their mood up or relax. You should do the opposite. You are constantly playing at your peak when you are happy and alert. Hence, you should never play Valorant ranked if you don't want to. That will result in you playing poorly, getting tilted faster, and if you are unhappy already before you start your game, losing a game will not make you play any better, it will actually make you play worse for the rest of the day. So, this is the shortest one so far, but just play the game when you are already happy, not to be happy. Oh boy, is the community fucking toxic, am I right? Thank you everyone so much for watching. It's always a pleasure to make these videos. As always, just like I said in the beginning, make sure to subscribe. It's a massive help to the channel and I do really enjoy making this content for you guys. I've got 2 more videos planned this week coming out Wednesday and Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoy the content and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.